Hey Cowboys Nation, it's Alex back again, and before we even jump into this breaking Cowboys news, I need to ask you something real quick. Most of you guys watch my videos every single week and ride with me for all the latest Cowboys updates, but a lot of you still haven't subscribed yet. Come on y'all, it takes just 1 second and it helps me keep dropping these videos for the whole Cowboys family. So if you love this team like I do, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the notifications so you don't miss a single update. Now let's get into it, because today's story is wild and I promise you this one is going to shake up the conversation around the Dallas Cowboys. We've got some massive news breaking straight out of the Star. The Cowboys have officially made 8 roster cuts, and at the same time there's finally some clarity on Mazi Smith's future in Dallas. Yeah, you heard me right, the team just made moves that could totally shift how the roster looks heading into the season. And I'm gonna break it all down for you. So hey, race the deal. The Cowboys were sitting in a tight spot with the roster deadline quickly approaching. They needed to trim things down, and 8 players just got the call that they won't be suiting up with the star on their helmet this year. That's always tough news for players and fans, but these decisions also tell us a lot about what direction the front office is going and how confident they feel about the depth on this team. Now, before I tell you exactly who got cut, let's talk about the big picture, because every year we know this roster battle gets heated. Undrafted free agents fighting for a dream, veterans trying to hold on to one more season, and rookies trying to prove they belong. For the Cowboys, this offseason has been one of the most competitive ones we've seen in a while, and today's moves prove that the front office is making bold choices to shape this team. Okay, so the 8 cuts are in, and hey, race where things get real, some of the names might surprise you and others you probably saw coming. The Cowboys are clearly betting on younger, fresher talent in certain spots while letting go of guys who just didn't flash enough in camp or preseason, and let's be honest, that's exactly what we want to see. This team can't afford to carry players who don't impact the field, so if you're a diehard Cowboys fan like me, you've got to pay attention to who's left standing after a day like this, because it gives us a clear sign of how the coaches view this roster. But let's shift gears for a moment, because I know what most of you are here for. You want to know what's happening with first-round pick Mazi Smith, and man, do I have an update for you. We finally have a little more clarity on where his future stands with this organization. Look, last year when Dallas drafted Mazi in the first round, it was supposed to be about locking down the middle of that defensive line. The Cowboys wanted a big body to plug up the run game and free up Micah Parsons and the rest of that front seven to hunt quarterbacks. But let's be real, Mazi's rookie season was rocky. He flashed a few moments here and there, but overall he didn't deliver at the level you expect from a first-rounder, and fans were frustrated because the Cowboys have had some misses on big defensive line picks in the past. Now, though, we're finally seeing some progress. Reports out of camp say Mazi Smith has slimmed down. He's been working on his conditioning, and coaches are starting to believe he's turning the corner. Dan Quinn and this staff are giving him every opportunity to prove he belongs, and the front office is still backing him. That's huge, because the easy move would have been to start looking elsewhere or cut down his role. But no, the Cowboys are invested in making Mazi Smith work, and that should give fans some hope. Hey, race the thing though, it's still a make or break year for him. The Cowboys need him to step up and become that anchor in the middle of the defense, because if he doesn't, this defense could have a soft spot that teams will attack all season long. And with how much money Dallas is about to pay Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, and maybe Dak Prescott, they simply can't afford a wasted first-round pick. They need Mazi Smith to hit right now, and from what I'm hearing from inside sources, the leash is getting shorter, but the opportunity is still there. Now back to those roster cuts, because they actually connect to this conversation. See, when a team makes cuts like this, it isn't just about who didn't make it. It's about who did survive the cutdown. The Cowboys kept some young guys on the defensive line around Mazi, which tells us they're planning to build that rotation with him at the core. They're surrounding him with pieces that can complement his skill set and hopefully help him thrive. So in a way, these 8 cuts might actually be a sign that the team is doubling down on their belief in Mazi. And let's be real for a second, Cowboys Nation, I know some of you are sitting there shaking your head saying, nah, Alex, I've seen enough. Mazi's not the guy. And trust me, I hear you, but let's not forget, not every player explodes as a rookie. Sometimes it takes a year, sometimes 2, and if the Cowboys are right about this turnaround story, we could be looking back and saying this was the season Mazi finally figured it out. Now, I want you guys to hit the comments right now and tell me what you think. Are you still riding with Mazi Smith? Do you believe the Cowboys should stick with him and give him another year, or do you think it's time to move on. I want to know exactly how you're feeling because this fan base has been split on him since day one, and let's not forget these roster cuts also open the door for some veteran moves. Jerry Jones and Will McClay have been known to keep an eye on the waiver wire and free agent market around this time, so don't be surprised if another defensive tackle or veteran edge rusher comes in to push Mazi even more. That competition could either make him or break him, and honestly, I think that pressure might be the exact thing he needs to lock in and rise to the occasion. So Cowboys Nation, hey, race where we stand. 8 roster cuts are official. Mazi Smith's future is still in Dallas, but the clock is ticking, and this front office is sending a message loud and clear. If you can't compete, if you can't contribute, you're not going to have a spot on this roster. That's the type of mentality we've been waiting to see from this team, and now it's happening. Before we wrap this up, let me just say this. Cowboys fans, this season is shaping up to be one of the most important ones in recent history, with contract decisions looming, injuries to manage, and young players like Mazi trying to step into the spotlight. Every single roster move matters, and that's why you need to be locked in with me right here on this channel, because I'm going to keep you updated every step of the way. So if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We break down everything Cowboys related every single week, from roster moves to injury updates to trade rumors and everything in between. If you bleed blue and silver, this is the place for you. So smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, and drop a comment so we can keep this conversation rolling. Alright, Cowboys Nation, that's all I've got for today. The Cowboys made 8 big roster cuts. Mazi Smith's future in Dallas is clearer than ever, but the pressure is on now. It's your turn to sound off. Do you believe in Mazi or not? Let me know in the comments, and I'll be replying to as many of you as I can. This is Alex signing off. I'll see you in the next video, but until then, keep ripping that star and never stop believing. Go Cowboys!